Where are my horns? There we go. Hey, guys. So. We're doing a little bit something special. You may notice this little overlay I've got going on right now. It's the holiday season. It's December. And I've been playing around with the idea of trying to do a charity for something for a long time now. I wanted to set one up for a raptor center in my home state, but it was way too complicated.
Get ready to spam Hu Yanzhou when she pops up.
Oh yeah, get ready for that shit. It's gonna be, you know, I wanted to do that, but it was too complex to get that set up, so I opted instead for something else that I believe in, which is nature conservation. Very specifically, my favorite animal are foxes. You may think that it's rats, but foxes are one of my go-tos. And I found this nice little charity here, the Arctic Fox Daily Wildlife Rescue, which they home and take care of or rehabilitate and release foxes that have been kept as pets or been injured. So I'm thinking that if we as the community, maybe we can raise a little bit of cash for a good cause this holiday season. And don't worry, if you guys raise enough money, there will be rewards for all of you as well. I will get the list of what I will give out proper later. Because it took me a long time to get this set up, so you know. Don't forget your disclaimer that people are inevitably not going to read. You're so right.
Do we get coin plushes?
No, you do not. You get to support a real Koyanskaya. There you go. Actually, I think it'd be better if I put this down here, like right here. Perfect. So,
let's name one after the grand wife, Tammy.
I don't think we get to name them. I don't believe that we get to name them. But, you know, if you would like to help out, scan the QR code, send any little bit that you can. I'll do a more proper promo and a more proper announcement for this later. But hey, these are one of the streams I do that gets a decent amount of traction. So figured I'd get this started with this. Hey, I'll tell you what the number one thing is if you're interested. If we hit the goal of $1,000, I will post a photo of myself, IRL, minus the face, but IRL, somewhere where people can see it. Or I'll do an entire... Maybe if we can, like, raise a very, very certain amount, I'll do an entire stream with a webcam. So if you can hit that 1,000, there's your main goal. Other goals are, like, video stuff and, community-type streams. So, you know. I'll get all that stuff proper out to y'all later. For now, let's get to the assassins. So, today we're going to be scaling the assassins. Who is the strongest assassin, ladies and gentlemen? That is the question. Now, I'm going to set up the little preamble with this really quick. The strongest assassin is decided... Hold on.
Thank you to all donators who help my fellow foxes.
I mean, Tammy is part of the reason I chose this. Like the fox thing. Not just me liking them, but, you know, we have Tammy as a spokeswoman. Even though she's a cat, dog, fox. Servants in this scenario they are going to the Klidge dimension, which is a giant floating city above all countries, so they get no fame buffs, has a normal day-night cycle, and it's in an urban environment. Other than that, we're going to be basing this off of their lore and IRL history, if it's applicable. and going from there. We've done this a couple of times, but you know.
Wu fan shit.
Yes. We're gonna rock and roll. So let us begin.
I'm coming.
Wow. Fitting. Well, this is an easy Tez pick.
Hu Yanzhou, obviously.
Is this even a
Hu
fight?
Yanzhou.
No. I love Hu Yanzhou. She's not. There's Hu Yan. No way she's winning this one. That's a Tez. Well. Okay.
Corday, Phantom and Matahari are about to get put on a poster. Also Hu Yanzhou.
Yeah. Tai? No, it goes to Thrud. I believe in terms of raw combat, Thrud is the strongest of the Valks.
Hu Yanzhou is part of powerful Greek creature.
Yeah, and Tezcatlipoca is a creator god. So yeah, I believe the power scaling is Thrud, Hildur, and then Ortland. Oh, Akechi Hogan. See, here's the thing. There's going to be a lot of feast or famine with this. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of that. There we go. Yeah, Hogan is fucking crazy, so we're gonna go Hogan. Wait, I've seen this one before. The teacher of Uchi is no slouch. The teacher of Uchi, I think, might be in the top 10. She's kind of insane when it comes to lore. Yeah, welcome back, Lost Belt 3. I think the Massager beats the Massagee. I need to... Okay, this is actually good that she's showing up this early, because I can specify really early on.
I see this in the Bunny and Man event and one of them is morning.
Right. Yume Ren is relatively strong, and while she does kill herself to do her Noble Phantasm, she does regenerate to... Well, okay. She does regenerate incredibly fast. The issue is that Old Man Lee can incapacitate her like that. I get the feeling that he can... Well, he can't kill her. He can incapacitate her before she can incapacitate him. Doesn't he literally do it in Lost Belt 3? I don't... I'm just gonna say I don't remember, but my money's on him in that fight. Ooh! God, Izo's such a fucking freak. Izo is weird. I guess the issue is I don't think Izo has an answer to the floating gardens of Babylon. I don't think he has an answer to the gardens of Babylon. He doesn't have a way to get there. Also, Izo isn't necessarily like the brightest light in the attic. I'm not sure if he could get there. That requires prep time. I mean, sure.
I mean, she tied with Mordred.
I mean, she did tie with Mordred. Live Izo reaction to the gardens. Also, wait, what did your dad say about knives? Everybody, please watch the new Knives Out movie. It's very good, and I want you children... I need to see Knives Out. Izo's a good counter for a lot of melee fighters, I would agree. Semiramis is a bit iffy, though. Because she's functionally a caster, is the thing. I mean, that's kind of what makes her unfair, is that she is a caster more than an assassin. So I go here... Ooh! Ninja fight! I believe this canonically is Chiyome. Has Daniel Craig with a Foghorn Leghorn accent. I think that it goes to Chiyome here. Danzo is strong, but I think it's a Chiyome W. Bye. Serenity is good, but fucking not Danzo. Fucking Kotaro is. I guess that the issue is
pain and suffering.
Acidic Andrew, thank you for the resub for 17 months. Welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Hello, Goat. I have caught a sickness.
I apologize. Hope you get better soon. I mean, Kotaro could theoretically assassinate her. He needs to get through the cloud of bullshit that she just emits. I think, he is a ninja, so he'll probably have a very high poison resistance. But I don't know. This one's difficult. I lean more towards Serenity. Wait, I've seen this one before. Yeah, welcome back, Fade Zero. Gender Robochi, how you doing, buddy? I mean, he is a servant, and he is counterforce. But that's 100 servants. I think he gets overwhelmed. It's so fucked up because 100 Faces is such a frightening concept for like a servant to fight against. And yeah. It's very difficult for me to imagine Kiritsuga bodying 100 servants. God, MHX is gonna fuck up this whole thing, isn't she? Well, oh, Madahara, you sweet summer child. What a bad matchup off rip. Is Jinkei evil? Is Jinkei evil? I would assume that she's like lawful evil. That would be my guess. No, she's chaotic good.
Assassins are probably the worst class to deal with 100 faces since many of them specialize in killing a single person.
Yeah. Well, if she's chaotic good, then yeah, he doesn't work as well. Wait, I've seen this one before. Well, I mean, Kojiro is the GOAT. Regendo. I think that I think that the Tsubame Gaish is maybe a bit much for Mr. Evil Arm. Cursed Arm wins by default? I don't know about that. I guess, okay. Since he's someone inside, I mean, I guess that's true, but not in my timeline. He's not. Can Kojiro get around Zabania? Can he kill Cursed Arm before Zabania? Honestly, no. Cursed Arm did off-screen him in Heaven's Feel. See, I never finished Heaven's Feel. I don't remember that. Ku tried and failed. Well, Ku's a jobber. Yeah. If only you were a saber. Ooh, interesting. Well, it's Koji. Pretty sure this goes to Koji. Koji is just too fucking weird. Hassan of the Shining Star is interesting. I'm still not... I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know what his deal really is. But I do know what Koji's deal is, and I know that Koji's deal is that she's really fucking strong. She's Karakuri Robot Lady, who has Japanese Merlin magic, and just fucks around with people. And so, I lean more towards Scary Spider Girl.
Has stupid amount of tech.
Alright, well... Mushroom, die. Mushroom, die. Thrud wins. Hilder wins. Ooh, this one's interesting. It's not as cut and dry as you may think it is. This is a reminder that Kichi Hogan goes toe-to-toe. Fuck you, Ortland stomps both. Look, in terms of waifu-ness, yes. In terms of combat, yeah, sorry. Yeah, shouldn't the Valks tie... Canonically, Thrud is the more powerful of the three, then Hilder, then Ortland, because Ortland is the younger one. And, I mean, to kind of hit that tiebreaker, I'm pulling from actual IRL history a little bit from that. But, who cares? Those three are going to be right next to each other anyway, because anybody who, like, I mean, they're close enough that I'm just ordering it like that for the sake of shit. Yeah, Hogan, yeah, she is functionally just Japanese Skahawk. She can fight toe-to-toe with Skahawk. Can Koyanskaya of Light beat Skahawk? If that answer is no, she can't beat Hogan. Because also, important to note, Kichi Hogan, not a human. Kichi Hogan is not a human. Kichi Hogan is a Tengu. Ergo, the thing that is, like, the kind of trump card that she has, which is that massacring humans, has no effect on her. Koya and Dark has a better chance because she has authority over beasts. But we're not talking about Dark here, we're talking about Light. I don't think that Koya and Light beats her. I think that Koyan Light's very strong. I think that Kichi Hogan is stronger. For example, Okita Soji is getting Vord. Oh no, it's a baby fight. I don't want to see a baby fight.
Koyan fought Tez for a pretty long time.
I think that Kichi Hogan could fight Tez for longer. But we haven't seen that. Yeah. It's a baby. Is he a coughing baby versus coughing baby? Corday is... I don't think Corday's getting past Ad. I don't think it's happening. She's not getting past Rongo Bongo. It's just not... It's not a thing that's gonna happen. Because that... I mean, she has a trump card. Gray does have that trump card. She does have Rongo Bongo if she needs it. Corday has a knife and an angel. If I wanted to maintain the agenda, I would just say it goes to Li Xuan. However, I can't do that in good consciousness. It goes to Kama.
That knight was able to go past Odysseus.
Look, I would love nothing more than to tilt my entire comment section by picking Li Xuan. However, I can't in good conscience doing that because Kama's crazy. Oh. Okay, we're presented with something here. Ushi can get into the Gardens of Babylon. I believe Ushi's also fast enough to get around most of Semiramis' bullshit. Is Ushi smart enough to strike first and... Yes. Ushi is a general. Despite the fact that she's a goofball, she is still a very successful military general.
Ushi speed blades, perhaps.
I think Ushi could take her. I'm going to say Ushi can take her. This one might be a little bit controversial because I don't want to discount the fact that Semiramis is very, very powerful. But yeah, I would say that Ushi takes it, but it's closer. Doesn't this Ushi have a Tengu fan or something? She does, which I'm factoring that in my head because legitimately,
Ushi was trained in the Tengu arts, so she must have resistant to magic.
Does she have magic resist? You know, I'm willing to check that. Let me take a peep. I would assume that she has some form of magic resist or something along those lines. Where's my wife? I know I talk a lot about Barghest as of late, but I never forget my baby. She does not have magic resist. Well, she is a Tengu. Well, Tengu adjacent. Oh, here's the thing. Semiramis relies a lot on poison attacks. I believe that most of her attacks, Ushi can get around by being too fast. And even if she tries to, like, make a miasma of shit around her to choke her out, she has wind powers that can just fucking knock that away. So, I'm gonna go Ushi. Ooh! I am counting the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, yes. Which is why the first person who Semiramis fought, Izo. I think if it was a one-on-one on the ground, Izo could probably eke out a win against Semiramis. He just doesn't have an answer to the Gardens of Babylon. So it is something I am considering, just not necessarily. Oh, you know. Yeah, what's Takeshi's castle? I don't... At the end of the day, Osakabe Hime is a kitsune. Speaking of kitsunes, support the Fox Foundation. The Arctic Fox Daily Wildlife Resource. Scan the QR code, donate today. Does Osakabe Hime handle the curse? They do a really bad job in FGO of explaining how strong Osakabe Hime is. I get the impression that she's decently powerful, but I don't know. I guess that the issue is this. Is there a way that Chiome can sneak up on Osakabe Hime if her Noble Phantasm is active? If she has Himejijo active, is there a way that she can actually get in to assassinate her? Let me check what the presence concealment on Chiome is. I'm thinking that might influence my answer. A+ is a pretty fucking good presence concealment. I'm going to lean more towards Chiome. It's going to be close, but I think Chiome can take it. Alright, what is Danzo's presence concealment? I'm going to assume also A+, because she's also a ninja. It's less, it's A.
Speaking of him, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows right now, and I just arrived at Himeji Castle.
Hey, enjoy it. Danzo opens a black hole. I think it's also ninjas are just very good at getting into castles. Does Nidochris have Anti-King?
Bim bum bum bum.
Shark Boss 1, thank you for the sub. Welcome, welcome. Does Summer Nido have Anti-King on her NP? I know she has instant death. No, she does not. Nidochris could just drown her. You know what? Do you want to know the most insane tech? Nidochris wins because Nidochris controls ghosts. It's literally just a bad matchup for Wu. She can control ghosts, which means that she won't fight at her optimal route. She's too scared. Even if we want to say it's not ghosts, even though we see her fucking summon ghosts in her caster form, the Majeb is gonna look like a fucking ghost, a Charlie Brown ghost, but a ghost all the same. Freak her the fuck out.
Nidochris also looks like a ghost in her first and second ascension.
Exactly. Bye, Yanking. Okay. Ironically, I think these two lived around the same time. Maybe? No. No, Yanking was later. Yanking does have bullshit martial arts. Cleopatra has a very high imperial privilege, if I'm remembering correct.
Yanqing is very up and Huyanzhou dear.
What is Cleo's...
How many Huyanlaws have appeared?
Imperial privilege. It's like A+ or some shit. Huyanzhou's shown up once. Yeah, it's imperial privilege A. It's pretty high. I get... I think it goes to Cleo. No. I forgot that Shisho was in the running here. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot that we actually have a Shisho here. So you know that argument that we made where we said that Carrie couldn't fight 100 servants and live? Shuten probably could fight 100 servants and live. If for no other reason, her Noble Phantasm's kind of stupid like that. Also, she's an Oni, which is just naturally very hard to kill. Yeah, I think Shuten has the advantage here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake. So...
A slap from Shatan sent Kentucky flying. It would probably kill 100 face and cut them in half.
Can Shiki kill... Well, yeah, Shiki can kill servants. So, okay. So here's the thing. I think that I... Here's the... Okay, oh, god damn it. Here's the question. Shiki can actually kill Mysterious Heroine X if she can get to her. And the reason for this is because the way how Mystic Eyes of Death perception works is that you are able to trace through the lines of death and kill things that that cannot die. The way how that works is that it goes through immortality of any form to kill them. For example, if it's Shiki versus Herc with his what is it? The 12 Labors active, or is it God Hand? Whichever one it is. It's not the 9 lives thing because they call it something fucking different. I think it's the 12 Labors. She can instant kill him. No, it's not 9 lives. I think that one's called God Hand. The one that's called God Hand and the one that's called 9 lives are fucking different because they're I don't know why. They called them something in reverse for some stupid ass reason. Point being, if she were to cut Herc's Mystic, or cut Herc's lines of death, she can get through his entire God Hand and kill him in one go. God Hand the 12 Labor, so it's both. Fucking... I hate this franchise. I fucking hate this franchise. Anyway, the issue with this, can she get close enough to the cartoon character that is Mysterious Heroine X? Because if MHX hits her once, she explodes. I guess that is the quandary here. If MHX hits her, she dies, and if Shiki hits her, she dies. Can Shiki actually manage to land a blow on MHX, is the question. This is regular Shiki, not Void Shiki. Which, I think... Excuse me. I think if this is Void Shiki, it goes to Void Shiki pretty handedly. I think it being regular Shiki, I think MHX takes it.
Is MHX the Bugs Bunny of Fate?
Kind of. Now you see, this matchup is not fair. If she kills Dr. Jekyll, does Mr. Hyde die too with the same swipe? The answer is yes. Okay, well, welcome to the We Hate Women podcast featuring Jack the Ripper and Carmilla. I think this goes to Jack.
Just one thing on the MHX versus Shiki. Shiki has presence concealment, MHX does not. So, would that allow a first strike?
I'm gonna say no. because the way I'm just gonna pull this out of my ass, but you tell me if this doesn't sound like some shit that they'd pull. It would be something like her Ultrium reactor reacted to the presence of a servant nearby, and so she was like, I know where you are. Or she has a fucking Doraemon ass tool that's just like the find a servantinator or some bullshit. I think this goes to Jack, just because I think Jack is harder to pin down. Meanwhile, Carmilla is not exactly very mobile. The find a servant innate? Look, that's stupid enough that it would be there.
Who is more anti-women? Answer Agravain.
True, there's a reason he doesn't exist in the game. I think this goes to Jinkei. My money's on Jinkei because of there's a level of mystery to Jinkei. Phantom isn't necessarily weak, but is liquor involved? I mean, if it's applicable, sure. There goes Jinkei. Okay. I think Phantom... No, he's evil. No, Phantom's evil. Can't Phantom charm her? I mean, theoretically, yes. Do gods have hearts? What does Phantom even do? Okay, so the scary thing about Phantom is that Phantom's noble phantasm is frightening because it is genuinely powerful. But I feel like Phantom needs to be able to get the drop on people, and I don't think he's going to manage that. Bow versus hand? That is the wrong Gorgon sister. She does not have a bow, she has a hand. And, Islam will prevail, inshallah. You're so right. I mean, no. Can Sasaki Kojiro cut Steno? Are snakes just very, very big birds? Yeah. Oof. Koji, I love you so much, but you're not beating Tez. I think you are beating Huyenjo, though. I think that she
Huyenjo.
I think that she can beat Huyenjo. She's got goofy ass magic.
Huyenjo.
I think Huyenjo can beat Shining Star. Okay, here we go. Huyenjo's gonna be my Grand Assassin? Good.
Huyenjo. Huyenjo is part Greek creatures that worship Hecate.
Fair. Lacusta versus Shining Star. I still don't really know what Shining Star's deal is. Let me be so real. He is a Hassan, that is an impressive feat. Can he...
Huyenjo, Ko and Shaku.
Base YouTube viewer, my YouTube audience is very nice. Shout out to my YouTube audience. Second strongest Hassan lore-wise? Is he? Why? I guess that's the issue, is I need to know the why. Like, what's his deal? No, Shining Star is going to be released with Ordeal Cult 2.
He is shining star of the Shins and I mean his sons.
I see.
Sir? Hu Yanzhou.
Inshallah, he will survive. I don't think so. He has Oblivion, correct? What? Why?
Yay!
Alice God is a sweet thing for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope that you enjoy your stay. He also has A+ luck. Alright, I'll give it to him. No. No. Okay, here we go.
Shining Star can't be that strong if Gramps was able to kill him based on that scar.
Well, I feel like that's not fair. Saying this person can't be that strong because Gramps killed them doesn't mean anything, because that means nobody is strong because Gramps kills them.
OMG, he does have Oblivion correction. It's at rank B.
Saberface fight? The Valks aren't Saberfaces, they're Takeuchis. I mean, here's the fun thing. This is an aerial fight. So who has better aerial superiority? Okita or the Valkyries? One of them has a gun. I think that Okita is faster. I think Okita is faster. But the Valks are still the Valks. Okita wins and then fucking dies? Well, this isn't a formation of Valks. This is Hilder. This is specifically Hilder. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Well, Gray dies. I don't think that Gray gets the opportunity to use Rongo Bongo. Will Lee hit a child? Fuck it, yeah. Yes. Wrong Media takes too long to start up, and Lee has like negative frames on his startup. Okay, this one's a little bit closer.
Okay, but would Lee give Rango Bongo a chance?
No. Absolutely not. Lee would see her charging some bullshit and be like, "You're open," and punch her in the stomach. Rongo's supposed to be weaker against Fey and elemental creatures. One of the seals that this battle must not harm an elemental. Tough shit. Well, Ushi takes this, I'm pretty sure.
Lee is a believer in true gender equality.
Ooh, which snake user is stronger? Okay, let's start with the question. Can Chiome get onto the Garden of Babylon? I would reckon probably. She probably has some ninja bullshit that can get her there. Now, once she's in the garden, can she beat Semiramis? I don't think so. I think Semiramis has her here. I think... Yeah... Her curse is very strong, but I don't... I think that she succumbs to poison long before the fight comes to anything. Okay, it would be fair if somebody started without active Hanging Gardens. I think that even with prep time, she can probably get that shit online. But I still need to pose the question, like, let's make the assumption that she's able to get that shit online. Are they able to beat her? If the answer is no, then I'm going to assume that they probably can't beat her anyway, for the most part. Izo is not a snake slayer, but it looks human enough, let me tell you. I don't think Izo has an answer to a whole lot of fucking snakes, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, no, Chiyome's got this. I think that Izo has a much better chance against Danzo.
Counter-argument, missile and gun.
Yeah, but he knows missile and gun. He grew up in the age of the missile and gun. Danzo's Karakuri not a man? Looks man enough. Danzo has no organs? I don't think the Izo cares. He's just like, it looks human enough. Robot not... guys, this is not fucking Sanson. It's Izo. Izo has those 3 letters at the end of the word that make it important. Humanoid. Danzo has missiles. I don't think the Izo cares that she has missiles. Wasn't Izo introduced in an event where there was things with missiles? And he's just like, oh, whatever. Can Izo outpace her self-repair? Yes. Yeah, he's no stranger to fighting robots, apparently. I mean, even in fucking Redline, there's fucking robot men, isn't there? Well, I guess there's one robot man, but, you know. I'm gonna go Izo. Nope. God, this one's rough.
The Nile can't drown her though.
The issue isn't the strength. In terms of raw strength, I think Nidochris takes it. The problem is that would Nidochris fight another Pharaoh?
Either way, Egypt twins.
Yeah, I think this goes here. Ooh, Wu also has Imperial Privilege. I don't know what rank it is, though. I'm going to say
I mean, she
A.
is no Ozymandias, so probably.
Nah, it's B. It's a lower rank. It's a lower rank, but it's a different skill now. That's not a cat, so Wu wins. I don't know if Wu wins. Say that Wu is a decent quick support. I'm going to highlight this little thing right under here. Right here. Let me, There we go. There we go. She is a decent quick support, but we're not talking about gameplay. How old is Wu compared to Cleo, by the way? Wu is in the middle of the first millennia, I think. Yeah, 624 AD to 705. I lean more towards Cleo. Cleo folds to poison. I think that the Imperial Privilege Imperial Privilege A+ is too much. Is Wu even good as a straight-up fighter? I mean, kind of. Wu does have her attendance, just like as a part of her kit. That is just a thing that she has. Yan King. Yan King, my boy. Yan King is very fast, and he has a very, very broken ability. I think I do think it kind of goes to Yan King, if for no other reason, because he's a doppelganger.
I honestly forgot why Imperial Privilege is so strong.
Imperial Privilege is so strong because the way how it works is that you just can do whatever you want. It's just, the skill functionally just says that you get to bend the rules to your whim. And the higher the rank, the more bending you're allowed to do before things break. It can be used for a lot of different applications. Which, the way how they manifest in FGO makes it so it's not that great, but lore-wise, it's fucking cracked. Is there an assassin who is either at the top by a huge margin or at the bottom by a huge margin? Yeah, it's going to be Mata Hari and fucking Gramps. Yan King can shapeshift. Yan King can take the form of anything that she's afraid of and kick her ass. I'm going to say Yan King. Shuten is very strong, but that is Shisho. Shuten. Does Summer Shisho have Guy Bolg? Do me a favor and just look up Summer Shisho's Noble Phantasm. That should answer your question. Islam will prevail. I mean, yeah. In one way or another. Which Hassan? So the beautiful thing about Serenity is that Serenity does have anti-army potential because she is poison, right? I guess the problem is that even with all of that, one of these has to be able to get through, right? One of these has to have a specialization in, like, range. I'm gonna say this one. Can Carrie kill Serenity? I don't think Carrie has anti-poison shit, does he? He does have a gun. He does have a gun, which does solve a lot of problems.
I cast gun.
Yeah. Well, this is MHX. This is Shiki.
Wu versus Yanqun.
This is
Yanqun
Jack.
into Nico arc. Wu fucking dies.
This is Carmilla. I guess the issue is that Matahari is not very much of a combatant. Am I putting Hyde with Jekyll? Yes. Jekyll and Hyde are a pair. Yes, we do count Hyde in this. Hyde is being counted in this. Jekyll would lose, Hyde would win. I agree. And I think that the way how this would work, both of them would, like, try and find each other. Matahari would probably find him first, would be my guess. I guess the thing is, though, is just, like, Jekyll is just some guy. And he kind of just, like, appears and acts like some guy. If he can get Hyde off, I think he wins. Even then, though, I mean, he's still not a slouch necessarily. I'm gonna give it to him. Can Jinke survive Zabania? No. Kojiro is destroying her. The drunk woman is just a big bird. You're so right. I think Steno takes this. How lesbian is Jinke? Depends on how much she's drank. Okay. Tez versus Hogan. I mean, it goes to Tez. Does Assassin Shiki have Void Shiki's OP? She has a portion of it. It's not on the same level, but she does have a portion of it. I want this animated. Nah, this one's too one-sided to Tez. Tez is still a creator god. I want this one animated. For my money, this goes to Hogan. For my money, this is a Hogan win. Yeah, ninja bullshit fight. Ninja versus Tango. Tale as old as time. This one is a much closer fight, but I lean more towards Hogan, who also has bullshit magic. I don't think Koji is a human. Does Koji count as human anymore? I'm not sure. No, she does not. Koji is non-Hamandai. Which makes this more difficult for Koyan. Does Koji get Karakuri prep time? I mean, yes, but so does Koyan also gets military making prep time. Tingua, yeah, I mean... yeah, Mecha versus Army. I'm leaning more to... Koyan has guns, a lot of guns, and a mech. Do me a favor and look up Kashin Koji's
Never
Noble Phantasm.
underestimate the power of gun.
Yeah, I'm not. Guys, they both have guns. They both have guns. I don't know how to tell you this. This is a motherfucking firefight. This is not like Assassins. This is a firefight. They both have a lot of fucking guns. Koyan has more guns? I mean, she's a gun god. I guess she's a fox god. Speaking of fox gods, hey, did you know you could donate to the Klidge Holiday Fox Fund right now to support rehousing foxes?
So
Scan that QR
basically,
code.
the TF
Any little bit
engineer
helps.
versus the TFR engineer. Okay, I get it.
Yes. Koyan is the god of guns. Yeah. I lean more towards Koji because Koji has guns and also a lot of bullshit magic. And is also a ninja.
I think Huyanzhou wins.
Speaking of Huyanzhou, no. Okay. Can Huyanzhou beat the Valkyrie? Can the Valks call the other Valks for their NP? Yes.
Huyanzhou sweep.
Yeah, I guess this is an issue of... I don't think Huyanzhou has a way to get to them if they're in the air. It's just the one Valk until Noble Phantasming. Yeah, flying is a really good way to fuck with people on horses. So 1, 2, 3.
Horse chain.
Okay, the previous ones had
Fun
guns.
fact: Phantom of the Opera has a more rank than Huyanzhou.
That's insane, actually. Okay, Okita also has flight, but Okita is a close-range flying fighter. She is currently playing my build that I did in Armored Core. So... Ain't no way Okita throngling it. I think that Okita would swoop down to try and get her, and Huyanzhou's iron clubs would break that shit. Okita is still Okita, but this Okita is also like in a state of constantly being about to die. This is the healthy Okita? That's not a thing that exists. I reprimand you for even implying that there's such a thing as a healthy Okita. This woman has been on her last leg for as long as we've known her. You know what I mean? This woman has been about to die consistently for so long. I'll give it to her though. Okay, well, I can't push the Ushi agenda this far. As much as I want to push the Ushi agenda, I cannot do it to the degree where it becomes, yeah, Ushi can beat Kama because I'm lying to myself. Yeah, Kama goes this way. I don't think she beats Li Xuan either. Li Xuan's is very, very, very good. Kama versus Gramps has not come up yet, no.
As said before, Lee believes in true gender equality. For the feast.
Can she beat Yume Ren? If she gets folded here, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's folded. Can she beat an elemental who explodes? If Yume Ren exploded and Ushi survived, could she use her Tengu Fan to blow the blood particles away to stop her from regenerating for a while? I don't think that she wins either, but... Okay. Is Ushi fast enough to kill Gray before she gets Rongo Bongo online? My money says yes. I think that speed is very much a factor in this. Yeah, I think Greg does get kind of jobbed here a little bit. It's such a shame. I don't want to paint Gray to be like a not strong character because she is. It's just that her matchups so far have been, you know, rough. My money's on Ushi here. Okay, so here's a good matchup for Gray. I think Gray wins this because even with the prep time of the, even with having Garden of Babylon, Rongo Bongo destroys that shit. Yeah, no, so this is a terrible matchup for Semiramis. I give this to Gray. Yeah, prep time versus prep time, and I give it to the, it's the unstoppable object versus the impenetrable force. And Rongo Bongo, very, very strong. I refuse to call it Rongminiad. It's Rongo Bongo. I know what it's called. Y'all have to put up with my bullshit. Oh, no. No, okay, hear me out. She walks into the gardens. Nobody notices her. And stab. And simple. You know what? I'm right there with you until you say nobody notices her in this city where there's no other human being. She had to kill a motherfucker in a bathtub while he was naked and exposed. And she's in a flying castle. I'm just gonna repeat something that my buddy Sam has been saying for the whole week.
Sir, this is not a Wendy's. Why am I bleeding?
She be moving on my castle till I howl.
让妹你 add.
She be moving on my castle till I howl. What can she do? Die. This is like if Odysseus even, then that's a fucking stretch. Incredible phrase, I know, right? Charlotte got the drop on Odysseus? I mean, I guess. Yeah, girl with a knife versus girl with a knife and also a lot of snakes. And I mean like a lot of fucking snakes. Yeah, this goes here. Eat Izo. Danzo. Hime. Okay, now we've got a good fight.
Listen, religious psychosis lady is pretty strong, but my money is on the snake.
I mean, it goes to Gramps, but I would love to see this fight. Undying, it's an undying warrior versus the guy who is at the border of life and death. Here goes the Hassan. Here we go. Ooh! Does the Oni care that she's being the Oni does not concern herself with drowning. I don't think the Oni concerns herself with drowning. You can't drown the Oni, she'll just drink the water. Is that bad that I actually believe that that's something that Shuten would do? It's like a Tom and Jerry sketch. She get like Nidochris locks her in the basement of drowning people, and then fills it with water, and she comes back and it's empty, and she's got a big belly, like a fucking Tom and Jerry.
She turns vanilla into alcohol and then drinks it.
Do I think that she can turn the water into booze, if anything? Yeah, probably. I drink your Nile shake. So, okay, here's a really good matchup for fucking Nidochris. I think Nidochris can win because she can drown the fucking Hassans. It's like when you set up a rat trap with a bucket and peanut butter. That's an old farming technique. Don't pander to those. Look, I believe in the Tom and Jerry shit. It's not my fault that you went and you thought about inflation. Old cartoons did that shit all the time. Only now it's a fetish, so people freak out about it. Oh, I'm sorry, Nidochris. There's one. Surely there's one that survives. Well, the one that survives, I think, still gets fucking got. I see you know the old ways. The last person with Imperial privilege that the Hassans tried to fight murdered them. But that guy also had an army. Hassan of the very large lung capacity survives that. Why are the rats behind me? Because I love them. I love the rats. Wasn't Cleo actually assassinated? No, Cleo killed herself. I do think that this goes to 100 faces, though. Even with Imperial privilege, I think having 100 motherfuckers jump you...
And still killed one last man. The Oni doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, the Oni does not concern herself with being dead. I think that even with Imperial privilege, 100's a lot to deal with. Cleo does have that anti-army. I mean, I guess... I'm leaving it to them. I don't think Carrie can beat Cleopatra. Even with Gun, I don't think Emiya is winning this. It'd be so funny if you kept making the in terms of lore progressively larger, right? Carrie has time and Gun. 1 billion Hassans versus 1 MHX. My money's still on MHX. His origin bullet is pretty damn lethal, though. That's true. I still go Cleo, though. Ooh, this is a good fight. What if Yan King just looked like Iris Veal and they just had sex? I on accident stumbled upon an entire genre of FGO Dojin that is just Yan King.
Mr. Fister full Batman, I mean Carrie.
That's just Yan King becoming different, like, female servants and fucking the Master of Chaldea. Someone out there has a very like, why? I don't get it. Okay, but was the art good? I didn't read it. What do you mean? Stumbled upon. Yeah, you go to recent FGO and it's there. Excuse you? Guys. Come on now. Carrie Servant doesn't have a wife or anything. He isn't attached to anyone. That's all bullshit and you know it. He says that shit, but Carrie's also a fucking liar. Yeah, I think that goes for a good time. Ooh! Who has better poison? Carrie wouldn't lie, right? Wu sends an army of the undead. They all just drop dead around her, though. I lean more towards Hassan. But they are dead already? They're undead? Well, they're going to be re-dead soon. Is Serenity immune to poison? Yes, I would assume so. If I'm understanding how she became poison, yes. Because, okay, here's some lore for you. The thing that Serenity is based on is a real-life thing where they are girls who were raised from a very young age, being fed higher and higher dosages of poison until eventually every bodily fluid of theirs was highly toxic. Now, this killed a fuck ton of girls to get this done. It's also done in India, I'm pretty sure. Or in that region. There's a name for it, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, that was it was supposedly a real life thing, where then these girls were highly, highly poisonous. So if that's how she got her poison powers,
innocent poison baby versus poison obsessed brat,
then yes, I would say that she's immune to poison altogether. And so with that, I'm going to go here. Does Wu think that shadow clones are ghosts? I like how people were giving me shit for knowing about that, and I've had at least 3 different people come into the chat now and say, yeah, the art's actually good in those dojins. Like, guys, you can't come after me and be like, oh, you're a gooner, and then like immediately go and look it up yourselves. It doesn't work that way. You walk one road, not the other. Wu knows they're not ghosts. Does she? I think it still goes here. Bye. 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 Okay, here we go.
What art, what do Jinzin need answers and secret numbers?
We had a behind the surface on the Hassan. I believe I did do one for that pre-Shining Star.
But it's good that it worked out.
Can Carmilla beat Zabania?
MDS Taro still goated for assassin content. Don't at me.
Yeah, no, he's good. I think he goes here. Are vampires just very, very weird looking birds? Yes. Even though she's a god, she's still a woman. Bats are just night swallows. Agreed. And gods are still... This god is still a woman. She dies. I mean, Steno is still strong. Misogyny maxing is insane. Yeah, it goes here. He dies. He dies. I think the irony here is that if he changes into Hyde, he loses. If he turns into Hyde, he actually loses. Because then Sanson has advantage. But he has to turn into Hyde to win. So it goes Sanson. How? Because Hyde is evil. And Sanson has a massive advantage against evil. Not to mention that, technically speaking, he is a human. Not a living human, but a human, so he gets advantage against that as well. Do the Gorgons have immortality as servants? No. Nobody has immortality as servants. It's all limited based on how much magical energy there is around. Hyde and Jekyll sweep this theater kid. I think that Hyde probably does. Jekyll, not so much. I'll give it to him. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, baby. Whoa, mama. Kama versus Tez. A goddess of love versus a creator god. A beast versus a grand. That is the other thing here, is it is a beast versus a grand. That is legitimately the only thing about Agravain that has me interested in him being implemented into the game, is if they do make him an assassin. I think that would actually be really interesting to see, because I think he's the only Knight of the Round Table who qualifies as an assassin class. It'd be kind of neat to see that. I know a lot of people are banking on Kama, but Tez is fucking nuts. I'd say put it as a wash. My money is on Tez. I think it goes to Tez because Tez has I mean, for lack of a better thing, Tez has more feats.
Is Kama still a beast?
No. This version of Kama is not a beast. I believe that she technically could become one again if she wanted to, but she's not a beast much in the same way that Tez is not a Grand. It's like, I mean, they could be, but right now they're not. I think that this is a very close fight. I eke more towards Tez just because Tez has the feat of being a creator god, and also he didn't die as a god. Well, he didn't permanently die as a god. However, Kama destroys Hogun. Hogun is good, but Kama is fucking... Kama's Kama. Ooh, I want to see this fight animated. Okay, hear me out. I'm all ears. Old man Seep. This feels like a Sam Rem fight. I want to see them do more stuff with fucking Hogun, because she's so cool. Fuck your magic, I got these hands. They both got hands, though. The Lee agenda. I think I gotta push the Hogun agenda. Hogun would drag it out because Lee is so interesting with his fighting style. Yeah. It's almost like I think that these two would fight. Hogun would win. They wouldn't kill each other, and then they go out for tea. Okay, well, I'm glad I picked Hogun because I don't think that I do not believe that Lee could beat Koji. I think Koji has too much bizarre shit going on with her kit. I think that she's got way too much going on with her kit for it to be like... Have you seen Wuxia bullshit? I am a little familiar. Yeah, I think Koji has too much nonsense going on. Okay. Canonically speaking, Lee won this fight, didn't he? Didn't Lee win this fight in Lost Belt 3? Doesn't Lee, as not a servant, as an alive human, win this fight? He hits her once and it beats her. Yeah. Yeah, we actually have a canon precedent for this, so that goes to Lee. This one... she's not a human. Is Koyan a fucking jobber? Is this why she's a support? Because her bitch ass can't kill shit?
I think that's because Koyan was caught off guard by being called Daji, but yes.
I mean, yes, but also as an alive human, not a servant, he pulled that shit off. The lore we need, Koyan is a jobber. I mean, I feel like every time she appears in a story, she's just getting her ass beaten. Like, even in Lost Belt 7 when she shows up as your Amazon delivery driver and then fucking fights Tez and loses. She keeps showing up and getting her ass kicked. What do we do when we find her in India? We pick up her fucking shell of a bitch ass and let her take a ride with us, and then she knows, I can't fuck around, these fuckers will fucking kill me. She's a street tier. The fox does not concern herself with winning. She does concern herself with donating to the Arctic Fox Wildlife Rescue.
Somebody says to rates.
Use the QR code above. Okay, with that said, I do think that she has an advantage against Yume Ren. I do believe that she has an advantage against Yume Ren simply because of overwhelming firepower. Even if Yu is not a human, I do believe that she does have overwhelming firepower to neutralize Yume Ren. Now, can Yume Ren explode the Valkyries out of the sky? Can Yu fly? Yu doesn't need to fly. Yu can just explode. Also, she throws shit. She throws her little, like, weird-ass swords at people and explodes. I'm gonna go here.
Huyan will be sick because I believe in my girl, but I am sorry she can't win against Gramps, Kama, and Tez.
Even if Yu is not a human.
Can Ushi... Okay, Ushi can get on their level and fight them. Can Ushi fight the Valkyries in the sky effectively and win? Ushi agenda? I do have a bit of an Ushi agenda, but I need to be realistic here. Does she have a chance against them? The 1v3 is hard. No, it's a 1v1. It's a 1v1 until they Noble Phantasm, and then it's a 1v, like, 8. Ironically, their Noble Phantasms appear very similar. They both make giant columns in the water. She does have Tengu bullshit. Fuck it, Ushi agenda. If Gray can hide long enough to get Rongo Bongo online, she wins. But the Valkyrie... Well, okay. Here's an interesting thing. Would the Valkyrie be able to detect Gray? Gray is not a hero. Gray is not a servant. Gray is a person. Gray's just a... She's technically a normal girl. The Valkyries specialize in being able to find great heroes, right? I think at most they can maybe detect Ad, but I don't think that they could find Gray herself. Because Gray, I mean, like, not again, I don't want to slander her or anything, but like, she's just a normal girl. Do we summon her? I don't think so. I think that she's one of the ones who's just like, it just shows up. You know how, like, Chloe and the rest of the Perilia crew, you don't actually summon them, they just show up? Or, like, not Li Shuwen, fucking, Waver just kind of, like, appears. We just get him. Like, we never summoned Chloe. Chloe and the rest of the Perilia crew, like, walk through a fucking portal and are just there now. Yeah, Qin Shi Huang walked to Chaldea. That will forever be one of my favorite pieces of weird-ass lore, is that Qin Shi Huang walked to Chaldea. He didn't get summoned, he arrived. He said, alright, I'm here, let's hang out. Yes, Qin Shi Huang actually walks. Let me find the exact line. I think it's if you summon him before beating Lost Belt 3. He makes reference to, like, I walked here a little bit too early or some shit. God, where is it? Where the fuck is it? I know it's mentioned somewhere. You know what? I will find it when I'm not streaming and report back. What do you mean he walked? How did he find the Atlas Institute? Look, every time I talk about Qin Shi Huang, I've been doing this bit for like 4 years. Every time I talk about Qin Shi Huang, I always have a preface of being something along the lines of his most ignoble and wondrous first emperor of China. That's entirely a bit because I think it's funny, but also that motherfucker is insane. He can just do that. Can the Valkyrie get through the defenses of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon? She needs a bit of prep time to start it up as well, but it's like... This is just Ace Pilot. Yeah, the Hanging Garden... Okay. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon fucked up the Hippogriff, and the Hippogriff moves at, like, light speed. I think the Hippogriff moves at the speed of sound, and it managed to hit that motherfucker. Can the Valkyries move faster than the Hippogriff? I don't think so. Chiome, on the other hand, not so much. I think Okita takes this. Hey, look, there she is, guys. Huyan Zhou on the 69%. Nice. I think it goes to Huyan Zhou. Curse Wife versus Cough Wife. The Huyan W. Yeah, post the Huyan W every time she wins and a Huyan L every time she loses. Check sub chat, Goat Man. Summit if you haven't finished part 1, Lost Belt 3. It's been a while. The ones we consider our citizens, oh, you don't know us. It appears that chronological fate has encountered some error of sorts. No, you mustn't worry, we are Qin Shi Huang. Just bear in mind that we are now just a servant to ruler. And then, well, you know, we may have said something else earlier, but we are just so concerned about you and your travels. So we have decided to stand alongside you to keep an eye. In the interest of keeping up appearances, we do not mind remaining as a servant. In fact, yeah, right there. That's the thing. He's lying about being a servant because he walks to Chaldea. He's technically not contracted to us. He's just kind of there. He's just like, all right, yeah, I'll play along, sure. That would, oh, you know what? That would be a really fucking, that'd be a really good video. All of the servants in Chaldea that are just kind of there, even after the events of FGO, they'll just kind of be there. He's just built different. He's quite literally built different, yes. What do you mean he lied? The first emperor would never? No, never. He's just in Chaldea being like, yeah. No, there's tons of good servants that are like just kind of there. Every servant for remember Rand Maru, we're only contracted with her kind of. She just shows up and is just like, hey, I was looking for you. Kept you waiting, didn't I? Anyway, my money's on Huyan Zhou. She's still very strong. I think Shining Star might take this. I'm intrigued by Shining Star.
That motherfucker did nothing in OC4.
I mean, I mean, that tracks. He's not a summoned servant. Why would he? Let's make a little club of the servants who just broke into Chaldea. I mean, yeah. Reminder, Kiyohime is not summoned. She literally follows you back to Chaldea from fucking Orleans. We don't summon her. She's just there. And they have an ongoing joke about that in Memorial Freeze, I think it's called. Which is the manga adaptation of the first not the first chapter, the first part 1 of FGO. That's why you get her as a present in the present box. You don't summon Kiyohime, she just shows up. She's just there. Lacusta does not have this. Lacusta does not have this. Lacusta does not have this. Lacusta does not... Oh god, is my goat... Nope, okay, there we go. Fuck, okay. No, MHX doesn't win. I think Gramps is different. Gramps is different. Gramps is hard to kill. Does Gramps count as a saber? He has a sword. You know what? That's an excellent point. No. MHX wins if she can get away. I don't think she can get away.
Bugs Bunny versus Death itself. Gramps did out bullshit Beast Tireman.
Yeah, I think even with Servant verse nonsense on her side, I have to give it to Gramps. Can Gramps beat Space Ishtar? Theoretically, yes. If it can die, Gramps can kill it, or at the very least teach it the concept of death. Like, she needs to work a whole lot harder to kill him than he has to work to kill her. He's only got to hit her maybe a couple of times. She's got to hit him a lot, and even with Excalibur, Space Excalibur, yeah. Oh, fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Why does the Servant verse have to be so stupid? I mean, I guess the thing with Gramps in particular is that even if you slice him in half, he's fine.
That I hate. Have we even seen something that did lasting damage to Gramps?
No. No, we haven't. That's why Gramps is so weird. Gramps literally cannot die. The only servant that I think that could possibly kill Gramps is Void Shiki. Assassin Shiki theoretically could as well, if she could get close enough. The thing is that Gramps would not let her get close enough. Void Shiki could kill him, because that's just what Void Shiki does. All that she does is kill, so it's like, that one feels like a bit of a cop-out, but... The hacks is on Shisho's side, but holy shit, Servant versus Firepower is bullshit. Yeah. Again, if this is Void Shiki wins this, and without question. Does Shisho allow Shiki to get close enough? I don't think so. I think it goes to Shisho. It has to go to Shisho. Does the Oni concern herself with dying? Again... This one is much closer, because yes, somebody said it. Shuten would play around a bit too much, and probably wind up getting cut and like losing a limb. I think they share a Haagen-Dazs regardless. I don't think Oni share. I'll be real with you. I don't think the Onis like to share. I think that goes against the Oni code, if that is even a thing. So with that, I think this goes to Shiki. This goes to Shuten, though. Shuten does not concern herself with the child. She would kill her. Even being a woman, I think Shuten has the hyper advantage. Does Nido-Chris have a chance against Jack? I actually, you know what? I actually think that Nido-Chris wins this, and let me explain this. It's not even because of her Noble Phantasm. Nido-Chris has a connection with the dead, right? Jack is a bunch of fucking ghosts. Could Jack... Or could Nido-Chris trap Jack's soul in hell? Could Nido-Chris pull some Egyptian bullshit, Curse of Ra, and send her to hell? I'm thinking that it's the divinity that she governs over that gives her an advantage against Jack specifically. I think whoever comes next is probably in trouble, but I think Nido-Chris could beat Jack. Yeah, low-key, though, this fight would be fucking awesome. This would be a fucking ghost fight, and it'd be hype. I mean... Jack is strong. It would require them to be able to pin down Jack in some variety. Yeah, not all of the cursed arms are our women, that is true. Ark, what the fuck are you posting in my chat? How many Hassans would Jack kill that are female? I actually don't know how many are female and how many are male. I have no idea. Pornography? I mean, I got that, but like... Jack is jobbing hard. I wouldn't even say that she's jobbing hard. It's just... Yeah, I kind of think this is a 50-50 split. Tie. Can Cleopatra get through Zabania with the power of Imperial privilege? No, I lean more towards Cleo in this one. What rank is her IP? Like A+. It's really high. Are there any of the dude personas can even do as well against Mordred like Jack did for a while? I mean, we only know by name a couple of them, but like, I would say yes. I don't think Carrie beats Cursed Arm. I don't think Carrie beats Cursed Arm. Gun? Satan's arm. Counter argument. Satan's arm. Zabania is a very, very overpowered technique. It reaches in and creates a theoretical recreation of the target's heart, and you crush it like a voodoo doll. He doesn't need to be close to use it. I lean more Cursed Arm. I think that whoever... Fuck. Are bullets just very, very, very fast swallows? Is it weird? I think that Cursed Arm could survive a shot to the head and be fine. Bullets are not even really fast, modestly fast swallows. Yeah, I lean more here. Yeah, I go here. I go here. God, they would just hang out. They would just hang out. How does Kirei beat Cursed Arm? Oh, how did Kirei beat Cursed Arm? I don't remember. Plot armor. I think in this fight, Carmilla wins. But these two would just hang out. Does the child concern herself with the god? She's got instant kill on a look. It's a Chinese king. I believe Jin K has the advantage here. Isn't that fucked up? Yeah, it's a literal hard counter. She failed though. It doesn't matter if she failed in Legend. This ain't Shin Shi Huang. This is Wu Zai Shen. It's an evil woman, or it's an evil human. But my money's still on Wu. My money still goes to Wu. My money goes to Kotaro. Alright, fellas. It's the moment that you've all been waiting for. We are in the final stretch now. Gramps versus Tez. I'm just gonna let you all know. Whichever of these two that we pick, one of these two is the strongest assassin. Pull it? No. How do we navigate the EX tier bullshit? The old versus the new grand. No, we're not tying this shit, no. Coward? It's less than I'm a coward and more so that we have a fuck ton of people watching on YouTube that would not be able to participate in the poll. Okay, well, Tez became the Grand Assassin because he broke the rules. He technically shouldn't be allowed to be the Grand Assassin. Because, remember, no one's supposed to be the Grand Assassin except for King Hassan because of blah 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 Nasuverse bullshit. I think Tez would win. I think Gramps would win. King Hassan wins. I guess that... For my money, I think Gramps pulls this off because I believe that we have seen Gramps.
I think King Hassan would drag him over his lap.
Probably. We've seen what Gramps can do to a legitimate god. A legitimate god acting as a god, doing god bullshit. Tez would. I think that Tez can die here.
Tez is tiptoeing when talking to Gramps in my room and Gramps just doesn't care.
Fuck. This is somehow harder. This is somehow a harder decision. MHX agenda? Don't do Tez dirty like this, man. Look, it's not... Look. I'm not the one who designed MHX. I'm not the one who wrote that lore.
MHX is Ortalicort.
Like... God, the chat is so split on this. I'm seeing Tez as a jobber. I think that Tez could beat her. MHX I think is outclassed. Tez is fucking insane. MHX is a jobber. Space Cop versus Warlord. The Servantverse does not concern itself with playing by the rules. Yeah, okay. Gun. I like how... You mentioned Gun? Somebody earlier in the stream mentioned how Tez doesn't land any of his fucking shots. He's such a bad shot with his gun, he put a fucking axe head on it. Being not from Earth gives her a huge advantage. That I actually think is true. MHX can cut through a galaxy with her NP, yes. Which, somebody's probably out there wondering, Klidge, if she can do that, why did she lose to Gramps? Gramps is different. I unfortunately believe that most people can come to the agreement that Gramps is a little bit different. Yeah. MHX has more gun? Yes. I hate the Servantverse. Tez can beat Shisho. Can Kama beat Shisho? Yes. Yes? Yes. Yes? Yes, Kama can beat Shisho. Okay. This, I think, is a tie. I think this one is straight up a tie. I can't think of which one of these wins. I think Kama could being a god and all. The issue with that is that Shisho has killed gods before. The problem is that Kama is a bit too ethereal to necessarily kill. Yeah, I think this one is a tie. Genuinely, I think that this is a tie. I believe these two are evenly matched. I think this goes to Shiki.
Shisho versus Shisho, Japan. Love has no effect on Shisho.
Yeah, I think this goes to Shiki. Koji wins? I don't think Koji wins. I think that yeah, it's gonna go Shiki. Ooh. I don't think the Oni concerns herself with Karakuri. I do think Koji has enough weird-ass bullshit that she could beat Nitocris. I think that Lee could beat Nitocris. I think Koi and Skaya could beat Nitocris. I think Yume Ren could probably beat Nitocris. I think Ushi could beat Nitocris. I think... Could Gray beat Nitocris? Aren't you underselling Nito? No. I'm not underselling Nito. It's just that her competition that she was just up against is very, very powerful. Hence why I'm stopping on the girl who has the spear that pierces the heavens. Prep time? I don't think Nito needs as much prep time, though. She just kind of does that.
Are major nature spirits?
No, they're underworld spirits. They're underworld gods. I think Rongo Bongo is too strong. See, this is what I mean. I don't want to undersell how good Nitocris is. The problem is that her competition is very fierce. Like, how does Nitocris beat Semiramis? I don't think that she can. Flood the fucking flood the gardens? I don't think so. Oh god.
How would they even meet? One is beneath ground and the other is in the sky.
Exactly. The gardens have water features. Thank you for the bless you. Even if she needs a lot of time to assemble the gardens, I've been factoring it into this the whole time anyway, so... Yeah, we do have gun. Okay. Same event, by the way. Hydration? That's the end of that. Didn't MHX come back to life after dying? Yeah, because servants who die in the servant verse don't actually die. They go into a temporary limbo and then respawn in a different part of the servant verse. This is whoever can hit the other with their Noble Phantasm first. I think this goes to Nitocris. I think this goes to Jack. This goes to Cleo. This goes to Cursed Arm. This goes to Kojiro. Can Carrie shoot her out of the sky?
Bim bum bum bum.
Trace on, thank you for the sub. Welcome. She already died once? You know, I've been playing through Sekiro. She's about to die twice. Okay. Is she fast enough to kill her before she gets poisoned? The Okita slander is crazy. A little bit. She wins this though. Huyenjo does not win this. I think the poison's too strong. I think Hu Yanzhou. I think Hu Yanzhou, even being a woman,
胡彦哲可以指挥呢。
is too
胡
hard to
彦哲 can
kill.
we need to believe in her and her many horses.
She does have many horses.
胡彦哲
I think Shining Star takes it. I think Chiyome takes it. I think Izo takes it. Does Danzo beat Carmilla? Plus, she's getting mad out here. He's been divorced from Carmilla for years now. There is no blood to drink. That is an excellent point, actually. This one has blood. This one's also not much of a combatant. I vote Carmilla. Is it weird that I think that she does not give a fuck? I feel like the instant kill would land on her and she wouldn't care.
Its blood is basically toxic with coke.
Yeah, this is a bum fight, yeah. I mean, I lean more here. I think that magical bullshit wins the day on this. God, 2 fucking assassins aiming to kill kings, and both of them fuck it up. Poison or sword? Poison or dagger? Call it. I want to say it's Lacusta. Okay. I mean, if Hyde. All right. Let's take a look.
Hecorde succeeded in her assassination.
Let's take a look, shall we? All right. Our number 1, to the surprise of nobody, is King Hassan. Yeah, I think that tracks. I don't think many people will be that upset about this. I think there's going to be a decent amount of people who are just like, what the fuck, MHX? Yeah, I think that is the perfect descriptor. MHX being second feels so wrong, but it makes sense, I guess. Like it's like you look at this and you're like, that doesn't seem right, and then you think about it and you're like, I mean technically yeah, but like it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right to see her here. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you look at it and you're like, God, it's so wrong to see her here, but canonically it's correct. It is correct. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's weird. I feel dirty looking at that. I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. The everything past what I'm gonna say is like the top 10 is kind of irrelevant because nobody really gives a fuck about that. People just want to see who the top 3 are. King Hassan, MHX, Tez, and then Kama, Skahawk, Hogan, Shiki, Shootin' Dojins, Koji, Lee, Koyan of Light, Yume Ren, Ushi, Gray, Semiramis, Thruid, Hilder, Ortland. And then all the way at the bottom here, we have Matahari, Charlotte Corday, Phantom of the Opera, Henry Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Sanson, Kotaro, Wuze, Shenji. Like, I feel like this section here is a little bit fucked. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this section could be redone, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't think anybody cares about this section here. People care about this. This is the ones that they want to know. Gensai is kind of busted. Yeah, she didn't make the cut for this one, apparently. She came out after, or before they, I guess, after they last updated, so... Gensai would be pretty decently high, I think,
care
though.
about Hu Yanzhou.
Where did Hu Yanzhou get? 29 of 45. Where's Gray? 14. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Decently high. Alright, well, we're gonna wrap that up here. So, Izo? I'd assume middle of the pack-ish. Yeah. Lower middle. Alright. We are going to wrap that up here. So, first off, thanks for hanging out, guys. I do appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, hey, YouTube. Shoot me a sub. Do all the cool YouTube things while you're here. This will also be on the main channel as well for the video. For the... I'm just going to do this too again.
Is Hu Yan's over?
You stream on YouTube? Yep. For the whole month of December, we are going to be running this fundraiser. You don't need to be here live to donate. There will be a link in the YouTube description. If you're watching on YouTube right now, it is the link in the YouTube description. It'll be the first thing you see. Additional or alternatively, you can just scan the QR code. We're trying to get back to an animal welfare kind of thing this December. I said it at the start, I'll say it again, if we can hit $1,000, you guys will get a photo of my IRL body, minus the face. And yes, I will be clothed, and no, there will not be feet. If you donate enough money to the point where I'm shocked, I will consider showing feet. Maybe that'll motivate some people. We need the donation limit. I will get the actual proper... I will get the proper rewards up for what we can do. I'll be working on that throughout this week. For the time being, though, just check that out. I'll catch y'all later, fellas. Remember, tomorrow's stream starts late because I'm going on my training arc, so it'll be a bit weird. For now, though, fellas, will you at least be flexing? I can flex. Is FGO over part 2? Not yet. Is FGO over after part 2? Likely no. Anyway, peace out, big love. Bye-bye.
Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Ya, Hu Yanzhou, 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 Wa, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, Hu Yanzhou, wife.
God laat u vleesje. Phony. Yazuo. Phony Booba. Phony. My final message. Goodbye.